Hare Krishna everyone. Today we are going to see Lord Jagannath's most favorite sweet, Khaja. Khaja is one of the 56 items offered to Jagannath every day as part of the Chappan Bhoga. So let's see why is it so special. Lord Jagannath loves the sweet Khaja. There is a pastime behind this. Once a devotee who was a sweet maker really wanted to make something special for Lord Jagannath, and he thought of making Khaja for him. But neither the devotee nor anyone nearby know how to make Khaja. The Lord also desired that this devotee sweet maker has to make a Khaja for him. So then the Lord came into the devotee's dream that night and told him the recipe and the process of how to prepare the Khaja. The Lord himself recited the recipe to the sweet maker. The next day the sweet maker made the Khaja and took it to the temple to offer to Lord Jagannath. There the temple guards did not allow him to get into the temple due to their restrictions. So there was a fight going on between the devotee and the guards. The devotee tried to explain that the Lord himself wanted him to come and offer the Khaja, but the guards were not understanding and made it a big scene. In the meanwhile, while this argument was going on, a black dog came and bit a bit of Khaja from the devotee sweet maker's offering and ran away into the temple across round and round and made everyone run behind it, and finally it went inside the temple and into the altar and then disappeared. So everyone, including the guards, the priests, everyone were wondering what has happened. Then there was a voice from the deities in the altar saying that I came as a dog to take the offering because you were delaying the offering for me that my devotee got for me. So the Lord was saying that as soon as someone makes a Khaja and dips it in the syrup, the Lord will be ready to have it. So we should never delay offering a Khaja which is just dipped in sugar syrup. So with this pastime in mind, let's see how to make this amazing recipe. Let's see the ingredients we need for this beautiful recipe. We need 1.5 cup of maida, 1 cup of sugar, 1 teaspoon ilachi powder, 3 tablespoons of ghee or cooking butter, oil for deep frying. We can also use 1 teaspoon of baking soda and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Let's see how to make the dough first. For the dough, mix 1 cup of maida with 2 tablespoons of ghee and baking soda and salt if you're using them, and form crumbles in the maida. Once it comes to a crumbly texture, slowly add water to the mixture and make a soft, firm dough. Keep kneading the dough for at least 2 minutes so that it is stiff. Let the dough rest for at least 30 minutes. Cover the dough with a cling film or a cloth. After 30 minutes, tap the dough once again and then divide the dough into 3 portions. Now let's make the sheets for the Khaja. Sprinkle some flour on the rolling surface and place the first dough ball. The flour makes sure that the dough doesn't stick to the rolling surface. Roll the dough into a very thin square or rectangle shape with a rolling pin. Sprinkle dry flour as needed while rolling so that it's not sticky to your rolling pin. Follow the same process and make 2 more sheets using the 2 dough balls we have. Now take the first sheet, apply ghee on the layer and just spread the ghee all over it. Now sprinkle some dry maida on top of it and spread the maida. Once it is spread evenly, place the second sheet on top of the first sheet. Now follow the same process again. Apply ghee on the second sheet and sprinkle some flour. On the second sheet, you do the same process again. Apply the ghee and then sprinkle some flour. So we have 3 layers, one on top of the other, like shown here. So don't worry if all your sheets are not of the same size. We can just cut out the edges while we are making the log. Now let's cut this edges and remove the extra pieces so that it forms a square or a rectangle shape. Sprinkle some flour on the sheet as well as the extra pieces because we are going to use all of them. Start rolling slowly and tightly by adding flour on top of each turn. Now place all the extra pieces on the rectangle sheet evenly. This will give you extra layering in your khaja. Slowly keep rolling the sheet into a log, but make sure you put flour on each roll and then roll it very tightly like shown in the picture. At the end, make sure you glue the edges of the log with water. Use a little bit of water and glue it. Roll the log gently so that it stretches slightly vertically with your hands. Now you can cut this log into half-inch pieces like shown in the video. So this recipe will make around 16 khajas. Take each piece and press them slightly on the flat side. Roll each piece vertically without applying much pressure. Each piece will be the size of your forefinger. So make sure you roll them long but without much pressure. After rolling, you should be able to see the layers inside the khaja. Now heat the oil in a pan for deep frying the khaja. Make sure the oil is hot. Once the oil is hot, reduce the flame and slowly place the khaja pieces in the oil. Now make sure you cook these khajas on a very low flame. This needs a lot of patience. Fry them on very low flame till they are golden in color. Place the khaja on a tissue paper or a kitchen towel so that the oil oozes out. Let's make the sugar syrup in the meanwhile. So dissolve 1.5 cup of sugar in 1/2 cup of water in a vessel. You can add elachi powder, it's optional. Bring this syrup to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, take a little bit of the boiled mixture into a small bowl for testing the consistency. So Once it cools down a little bit from the bowl, take it and put in between your fingers. It should be one string consistency like shown in the video. The syrup is ready if you get a one string consistency. Now place the khajas that are fried in the syrup for 2 minutes. Once they get soaked for 2 minutes, they absorb all the sugar syrup. Take them out from the sugar syrup. Make sure you have a plate greased with ghee ready to keep these khajas. Now take out the khajas from the sugar syrup and place them on the greased plate. The khajas are ready now. Place tulsi leaves and offer them to Lord Jagannath with love. Thank you.